Hey everyone. Okay, so many of you have asked me how I end up going from this to this. So let's get started. All right, so first step is that you need to figure out what type of curl you want. So there's so many different options of curling irons out there. I have two different sizes. This is a little bit of a big barrel curling iron. This is gonna give you relaxed beach waves. It's not gonna give you that tight ringlet curl, whereas this one is going to. So I sort of mix it up. It depends on what event I'm going to, or if I'm working, or if I just need something quick. This is gonna take a little bit more time, but for me, curling with this curling iron lasts about 3 days without me having to redo it. This one you have to redo every single day. That's just my hair. Things might be different for everybody, but that's sort of how I make a decision on which curling iron I'm going to use for the day. So I've made the decision to do the smaller barrel curling iron because I'm going away for the weekend, and there's nothing I hate more in the universe than having to do my hair on Saturdays and Sundays. The first thing that I do is I split my hair into two separate sections. So I see a lot of people split the entire section of their hair. I tend to just split it down the middle in the back and put one side sort of in a clip off to the other area, and then I use another clip to start sectioning off the side that I'm gonna curl. For some reason, I always start curling on the left. I have no idea why. I keep my brush nearby. I brush in between all of the curling. I don't use product. So product is sort of a personal preference thing here. I just use a volumizing shampoo and then I use hairspray at the end. I don't use a ton of product while I'm curling. I also use a leave-in conditioner right after the shower. First thing you're gonna do is you're gonna section off an even smaller piece of hair. So it really depends on, again, how big the curling iron is. The smaller the curling iron, the smaller the amount of hair it's gonna be able to effectively curl. And then you literally bring it down, do a little curl. A lot of people leave a big chunk of hair out. I kind of go back and forth. It doesn't really matter too much in the look. And then you let this hair get hot. So we all know how to curl our hair, but I always make sure that I can feel a little bit of heat coming through. I have super coarse hair, which is why my hair curls really well. It's causes problems in other areas. I don't look cute in a top knot, but that's a story for another day. And then we let that curl out. So you can see it's given me more of a ringlet. We're gonna have to brush these curls out because this is a pretty tight curl, but I let it sit for a couple minutes. Most hairdressers are gonna brush that out right away. Again, it depends on how tight you want your curl to look and how long you want it to stay. So I leave mine for, I don't know, probably about a minute. Make sure you're curling away from your face. So you don't want to be bringing the curls and the curling iron forward because it's going to cause all the curls to come into your face. You want to be curling back, if that makes sense, because it's going to keep everything off your face. Probably spray again at the end, but you can see these are a little bit more of a tighter curl than the beach waves that sometimes I rock. So that's one side down. Now for side two. I don't know if you're like me, but at this point I usually unplug my curling iron, even though I'm still using it because I have some sort of weird OCD about whether or not I've left the curling iron plugged in. And then we have our set of ringlet curls. So again, I use a little bit of spray. Give it a second. And then I start brushing out from the back to give those front curls just another minute to set. Now I tend to finish it off with a little bit more hairspray. I don't use a ton of hairspray because I only wash my hair like every 5 days, and so I don't like to dirty my hair too much on day one. But I also, on day 2, will use like a volumizing texturizing spray up in this area of my scalp just to kind of give it a little bit more body and hope that it stays. And if need be, if you have a little bit of frizz, you can always run a little bit of serum through it as well. That's how I curl my hair. So thank you for watching, and I hope this was helpful. If you have any questions at all, feel free to shoot me a DM.